Hello, fellow WikiFeet browsers. I am your co-host, MegaRedsFan, here with my co-host.
Palebreadpainter here.
And welcome to the TGOM podcast, episode 9. 9. 8 was...
Is it 9?
This is 9. We can check Spotify.
Yes.
Dude, clean segue. That was sick.
This is how you know we're making it big.
Exactly. Yeah,
Everyone can find us on Spotify now.
This is episode 9. Yep, we are on. Your favorite podcasters are on Spotify. We are also on Twitter and Facebook. If you don't use Facebook, that's fine.
We are on Twitter.
Do I.
Oh God! See, I remember that you asked me. You DM'd me like, Nick, should I do this? I put us on Facebook, and you had a real moral quandary. It's like, oh God. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So, go follow us and like us and turn notifications on everywhere.
Yeah, turn on all the notifications so we can spam you.
And yeah, exactly. And that's our ad plug. I didn't expect it to be so seamless. That was crazy. That was actually crazy. So
perfect. Beautiful segue.
Yeah. In transferring all of our stuff onto Spotify, I listened to like our first episode. It is so bad. We don't know when to start talking, so there's like these long breaks between every sentence. Because we're scared to cut each other off, but now we just talk and we hope someone else doesn't talk.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We kind of got a feeling for each other.
Yeah, the first one's definitely the worst. The second one's definitely a jump up in the right direction. And so is the third. Like, every one we've been going up, and I think Cthulhu, I think is my favorite episode. Which is I think that's the one where we talk about middle school. It's the one where we talk about middle school. I don't know what number it is. I just remember we did at one point.
Yeah, I remember that. So, oh man. So I recently I got something since last week.
Security breach?
So related, yes.
Okay.
So because I'm a big nerd, I decided, oh hey, I like this game. Let's go out and buy a jacket for it.
Okay.
So
pause. Pause. Breaking news. The friend I was talking to you about before we started the podcast that I get subscribed to our channel, he just sent me Five Nights at Freddy's 1 on Steam.
Did he really?
Yeah. As soon as you started talking about FNAF, he sent.
Bro.
Oh.
I need to talk to this friend of yours. Oh. That is perfect timing. Oh man.
It'll be a fun between Pokemon and the podcast. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Wow. Thanks, King Dragon Flame. AKA Micah. I almost called him Elijah. That's not his name. Alright. It's Micah. I know his name. This is Micah's episode. Like a few weeks ago was Mrs. Hodap's episode. This is his episode.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. You
continue. Time to dox him. But yeah, because I'm a huge nerd, I went out and I bought a security breach jacket. It was not cheap either.
Is it like trash quality?
Oh no, it's good quality. It's pretty nice. But like, oh man, I can't believe I went out and like bought like a $100 jacket. Like Jesus.
$100 FNAF jacket?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, never mind. We have a new title for this episode. I'm calling it the $100 FNAF jacket.
Like, it's a really nice jacket. It's like a black denim jacket. One one problem with it though is I'm historically not good at getting right sizes, I guess. So it's one size too big for me.
Yo, dude, just send that my way, bro. I'd wear that every day.
Oh, it probably would fit you better than me. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm so skinny that it like is like there's like a good inch outwards on each side where it's just like further out than my actual body. And like the shoulders are also farther out on like the jacket. I'm like, oh no. Like it makes me look like I'm bigger when I wear it.
Well, yeah,
It's
that's what
so
big clothes will
weird.
do to you.
Yes. Well, most of them just like make me look even smaller because it's like,
Oh,
oh, you're like
oh,
tiny in that.
yeah.
But this one makes my body actually look bigger, like I'm
Okay.
filling it out. And I'm like, oh, that's
So,
crazy.
like,
Imagine.
what's on the jacket?
So I can also send you a photo later, so you can like
No,
visually
dude,
see it. But
send a
it's
photo of the jacket with your address in the background.
perfect. Yes, of course. We'll put it in the VOD.
Yeah.
But on like the left side of the jacket, like the upper chest area, it says upper chest. It says security breach and it has like the little security breach symbol. On the left arm, it says Five Nights at Freddy's, and on the right, it says security breach on it. You know, and it's like a really cool. I really like how it looks. It looks like someone like scratched it into a wall or something. You know, because it's like that harsh kind of text. It's really cool. And then there are Roxy's eyes on the back and a giant thing that says, what does this say? I've actually not reached or read it. Oh, it says security breach and it has a Glamrock Freddy on the back smiling at you.
Yo,
It's
everyone's favorite.
it's a pretty sick design. Like I'm gonna have to show you because it's real cool. Like, but man, I look so like I feel so weird when I wear it.
Yeah, that's big jacket. It
I
sounds
still can't
cool,
believe
but
I
yeah, you
got
can't
this.
wear it because you look dopey.
Yeah. Like the two people, okay, three people I've shown me wearing it to, they're like, "Oh, dude, you look so cool in that." I'm like, "Do I? I feel weird." Like I feel like I'm a child wearing my father's like jacket or
Yeah,
shirt or something. Like,
that's funny.
oh man, but it's a real
Big
sick jacket.
jacket.
I'm really happy with it. Dude, this is, you know what? This is just motivation for me to actually go to the gym and like bulk up or something. So that I'm gonna bulk up just so I can wear my Five Nights at Freddy's jacket.
That's so funny. Bench pressing.
Only
I need
reason
to
to go to
fit
the
in my
gym.
jacket.
Yes! That's the only reason I need to work out, Jacob. Not because I'm too small or scrawny or weak. No, no, no. I need to be able to wear my FNAF jacket. Clearly.
Exactly.
A man's gotta have his priorities.
Exactly. I agree. I couldn't agree more, Nick. Um.
Oh, jeez. It's
So,
so ridiculous. Oh,
yep.
real quick. It also came, I think this is also what increased the price a bit. It also came with patches of the characters from the game, so I could actually sew those in if I'd like, or like put them on
Yo,
something else.
that's
And
actually
they're like
sick.
decently sized. They're like as big as my hand.
That's
And I'm
sick.
like, okay, these are actually like really good sized patches.
Uh huh.
Like I was expecting like little tiny like
Baby
pins,
pouches.
you know, like the size. Yeah, I was expecting like the patches to be the size of like a little pin you put in your shirt or whatever. But
Sure.
nah,
Yeah.
they're actually really good, and
We'll
I
go
was very
off.
impressed with those.
You were saving up
Yeah.
for that computer and you bought a FNAF jacket instead. That's a story.
Yes. One day I'll get that computer that I've been wanting for like 6 months now.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying.
Speaking of college, so me and a friend, quote unquote friend, a guy I knew, anyways, we were walking around outside at like 9 o'clock and not maybe 10 o'clock because we had nothing better to do with our
Mhm.
lives. Because that's what college is. No
Uh-huh.
offense to Micah who's listening to this. Anyways, there was this girl. There's like two girls, I think. No, just one. There's one girl. She was like going to a party, I think, and she may
Mhm.
have been drunk or tipsy at least. I don't know. It's a Christian college, so she's probably drunk. Anyways, um, our dorm, like our big building dorm, is right next to the president's house, like the president of the school, basically. So the principal.
Yeah.
Um, and I came up
Mhm.
with this joke like day one, and it's not funny. And I only reason I thought it was funny because it's so stupid. So, and I made the most brain rot dead choice of my life. And this girl who was attractive, I mean, she wasn't ugly, and she wasn't paying any
Mhm.
attention to me. So the second she turns to me, I go, "Did you know we live next door to the president?" Or no, it was, "Do you know we live next door to Joe Biden?" That's what it was. Yeah, "Do you know we live next
Oh
door to Joe Biden?" And she just looked at me, then immediately looked away. And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well,
I'm
so,
sorry to know you don't have a girlfriend.
so that's my game in
I'm
a
kidding.
hand. I mean, that's
Oh, that's funny.
it is. It's a
I
funny joke. It's just not to that person. It has to be to a certain person for them to find it funny. And I just told it to the wrong person and like the wrong audience, and
I
everyone, and I got made fun of it every day because I made that one joke. It was
oh
so
no.
depressing.
I just want to imagine. I want to imagine that that is your pickup line when you meet a girl. It's like, hey, baby, did you know I live next to Joe Biden?
Joe
It's
Biden
the
is my
best. It'll be
roommate.
the best. Yeah. That's
Yeah, that
amazing.
was awful. I don't know why
Oh,
she didn't look like a girl who would laugh at something that stupid. Like, you
mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like, there's a certain set,
Yeah.
not to generalize anyone, but there's like, you can tell there's a certain person who would laugh at that,
You can get a
which is
vibe. Like
yeah,
you get a
which is
vibe when
what
they're
would
that kind
make
of
me
person.
think that me saying it as a pickup line would be sort of a good idea because I would be looking for someone who could also find that funny. But that just means I'd get
Mm-hmm.
embarrassed like 20 times in a row before I find that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's
such
very
is love,
possible.
such is life.
Exactly. Love is being embarrassed thousands of times in a row until you find that someone who doesn't like laugh at you.
Did you know he lived next door to Joe Biden?
Once you find the one girl that laughs, clearly soulmate.
Dude, marry me right now, bro.
See, here's what you gotta do. You gotta get the engagement ring, hold it in your pocket, and then the second a girl laughs at it, you get on one knee and be like, all right, marry me.
I was like, all right, we're doing this right now.
Right now.
Um,
Clearly, you may have to go somewhere. No, we're getting married.
Speaking of dumb jokes that I've made, that one I made out loud. This one
Hmm.
I've made to myself. I made to myself one night when I was bored. So I was watch. I don't know what I was watching. It doesn't really matter. But I got no. I was transferring the stuff onto Spotify. That's what I was doing. And the last episode I think was like
Yeah.
preparing to get posted, and I went to and I was like, I wonder what's on WikiFeet. So, so I went to WikiFeet, and of course I went to Pokimane, of course, because that's the only famous foot
Of
person I
course.
know. And I like got there and I was like, oh, this is funny. I'm looking at feet pictures. And then I saw the resolution of one of the feet pictures was the exact resolution of my screen. So I was like, what if I made this my new desktop background?
No,
so
you did not.
I right
You
clicked, I
did
was like save as, and I made my desktop background, and then I closed it, and it was just a picture of Pokimane and her
not.
foot sticking out. And her foot looks rancid, by the way. I
No.
did look. And then and the next morning I was like, why is this my background? And I immediately changed it.
What was her WikiFeet rating? What was it?
um, I think they're, hold on. She has like, I think she has the most pictures on WikiFeet, if I'm correct.
Really? That's insane.
Yeah, people are obsessed with Pokemon's feet. I don't know why. 410 pictures.
See, like, I mean, I
Gorgeous
don't
feet.
find feet. like the worst thing in the world, but I can't imagine being like, "Ooh, yes,
Foot
that
fetish
foot over
confirmed.
there, Ooh, sexy foot." Like I can't imagine being like, "Oh man, that person over there, that guy, sexy foot." Like no, what? That's
Well,
so weird.
she has
Like, oh, that's strange.
2,033 beautiful ratings on WikiFeet.
That's amazing.
It's not, but I mean, yeah, it is.
That's
It's
amazing. Like, I mean, hey, if you like feet, good for you.
yeah, Nick.
You
If you
know
like
something you
feet,
like. But like, I can't imagine being the person who's like, "Ah, yes, show me your feet." Like, oh man, I can't imagine.
yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we should get into gaming because that's what we're about. Um,
I
and also,
guess
and also, I
Pokemon
have
is
a,
kind of gaming.
and also, I have a legitimate question and some things I wanted to say.
Okay,
Um,
of
but
course.
actually, I'll say my thing first because it's gonna be shorter than what you're gonna say. Um, I got my Switch yesterday. It's a Switch OLED.
Yes, I heard.
OLED.
So what is the difference between a Switch and a Switch OLED?
It's a bigger screen, more pixies inside the screen.
Of course, of course.
That's what makes the screen bright. Did you
Oh,
know?
of course. I did. I had always thought that pixies were the reason we had brightness.
Exactly.
See, after the Game Boy, they realized we need something to give it brightness. We need some kind of light. So they decided, let's just capture pixies inside of our
Yep.
devices,
That's
and that's how they
that's.
light everything.
Welcome to the TGOM
Yep.
podcast, where we reveal gaming's biggest secrets. Secret number one: pixies in our screens.
Yes. That's why you can't break your screen. That's why when your screen breaks, it no longer works because the pixie escapes.
Exactly. That's
It
exactly why.
escapes through the cracks.
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So don't
Um.
have too many cracks, or else it'll escape. Yes.
Also about my
Jesus.
Switch OLED, I only have two games. I stole one game from my grandfather's house, which is Mario All Stars, the game that doesn't exist anymore, even though you can still buy it on Amazon. Um,
Oh, weird.
yeah, did you not know about the 3D All Stars?
I
So
did not.
Nintendo released it like I don't know January of last year or something, and then they like
Mm-hmm.
said, oh, it was for like Mario's birthday, like 35th anniversary, I think, or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. And they're like, okay, we're releasing this game. It has Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxia and Galaxy on it.
Galaxy.
Yeah, and it has those three games
Uh-huh.
on it, and you can buy it and you can play all three of the games. And like everyone's like, cool. And then Nintendo's like, and we're gonna stop selling it March 31st. It's like, okay,
What?
yeah,
What for?
I don't know.
Well, wow.
So, and I
That's a
bought it before
weird.
it went off sale. Oh, my grandpa bought it for me, and then we kept it at his house because he had a Switch. But then I got one, so I stole it from his house, and now I have it. And I also have Pokemon Unite, which is unironically kind of fun.
I've seen that. So you described it as League of Legends, but Pokemon.
Yeah, it's basically League of Legends with Pokemon. But instead of like,
So like, what are the champions? Like, what are their versions?
hold on, I'll look. um,
Dude, you better be able to play a Swalot.
there are some
I gotta get
odd
my
choices, I would
Swalot.
say. There are some odd choices in this game.
They
So
better have not made it Pikachu. I
Pikachu's in
swear,
the.
they have
Why would they
Pikachu.
not put Pikachu in the game? Pikachu is the
You know,
biggest name in Pokemon. Why would they not?
which is why I want them to never use Pikachu for anything again.
Okay,
That's why they need to abandon that Pokemon. It's so bad.
why do you hate Pikachu so much?
Because he's so overrated. He's not even a good Pokemon, but everyone loves him. I'm like, what for? There are so many better Pokemon.
Yeah, but he looks. I mean, he doesn't look cool, but he's cute. I think that's what
I
people like
mean,
him.
he's cute, but like, that's a
Not
weird
everyone rates their
fixation.
Pokemon off how useful they are in battle, Nick.
I don't know. There's just like, why didn't they make Eevee the cover? Eevee's cuter
I
and
don't work for
cooler.
Nintendo or Game Freak. Why do I
Jacob,
don't know?
explain to me.
Well,
Explain.
Sylveon is in the game, so hold on, I
Oh,
gotta
that's
get
cool.
my dailies.
So I'm guessing I gotta get my daily. So I'm guessing some of the big ones are in there, like super popular ones like Venusaur, probably Gengar, maybe Lucario. I
Okay,
can imagine.
okay, so it's Venus. Or do you want to
Blastoise,
guess? Are you guessing
Charizard.
right now? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, I'm
Oh,
guessing.
okay, I'm not keeping track, so you have to remember.
All right. I'm gonna write down all of my guesses,
Oh, here, let me
right?
count how
As
many
I
there
as I
are.
say them out.
1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29. There's 29 Pokemon.
Okay. So I'm guessing that they have the three starters from the first game. So Charizard, Blast. They probably have either Machoke or Machamp because, of course, he's an obvious, you know, yeah. Uh,
Thank you.
Gengar,
Okay.
Lucario, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I can see them putting in Dragonite. Um, maybe a Snorlax and Pikachu, of course. And you already said Sylveon, so I want. Hmm. And maybe Incineroar, but
Those all your
after that,
guesses?
I'm lost. Yes, those are. I have no idea what else would be in that game.
Okay, well, you got most of them
How accurate
right.
was
I think you got all of them right except for
I? Did I
Incineroar.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, they don't have Incineroar, bro. He was my
No.
main. Dang. Oh
So,
well.
Venusaur, Slowbro, Talonflame, Sylveon, Lucario,
Slow,
Crustle, Cramorant, which is a weird choice. Charizard, Blastoise, Pikachu, Alolan Ninetales, Wigglytuff, which is also a weird choice. Champ,
yeah.
Gengar, Blissey, also a weird choice. Mr. Mime, Snorlax,
Why would you
Dragonite.
have Wigglytuff and Blissey?
They have what?
That's some weird ones in there. Why would you have Wigglytuff and Blissey?
I
They
don't
essentially
know.
do the
Well,
same
I
thing
think
in the
they need
game.
like support Pokemon.
I
So like
guess.
having a
Yeah.
healer and are there healers in League? Whatever. There's Mamoswine,
Kind of, yeah.
Gardevoir,
Gardevoir?
Absol, Garchomp, Greninja,
Mm,
Decidueye,
Absol is a good one.
Serena, the the bug. Oh no, she's a grass. The one with the hips. That's the Zero.
Oh, does she look like she has green hair and like a
Yeah,
pink box?
yeah. I'm really glad we could tell
Yep,
who
I
it is by
know who
saying
you're
the
talking
big hips.
about.
Uh,
That's so funny.
Zeraora, Cinderace, Greedent, which is a dumb squirrel. I don't know why they added a squirrel, and then Eldegoss, which is a pollen puff.
Weird. Okay, yeah, there's
Yeah,
some odd choices in there. Like when you
some
said
of
Talonflame and Crustle, or like, I was like, what? Why
well,
those two?
Talonflame I can understand, but yeah, Crustle was like a really interesting. Well, it's not that much of an
Yeah,
interesting choice, but I guess it is kind of.
I can see why they put the Ninetales in there though, because that is a really and there's a lot you can do with probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So in Pokemon Unite, instead of like buying items, there are items, but I always forget to use them.
Mhm.
So you like start out as the first evolution. So as if you play Sylveon, you'll start out as Eevee. But if you play Absol, you just start out as Absol, but you don't get your
Mhm.
strong moves yet. And then you defeat a
That
bunch of
makes
wild
sense.
Pokemon, and then you slam dunk the points you get from the wild Poke. It's weird. It's fun
What?
though. You just have to
You
play
gotta
it.
slam dunk it.
And I don't know if
Okay, yeah,
you
I'll have
may
to search
need
that.
an I don't know, dude. Dude, just get it and tell me what your code is, and I'll try to friend you. Cause you can friend inside the game. It's
Dude,
not like
true friend code,
yeah.
bro.
I think we have true friend, dude. That'd be sick. We'll figure it out later. So that's
I like that there anyone who's listening, it would be a very small portion of people who would.
Who would what?
There are very few. There are very few people out there in the world that would know what a true code is or what it.
Oh,
To.
what a true friend code is? Yeah. We know what it is.
Yeah,
That's all that matters.
we know.
Yep. We don't need them to know. So a true friend code
Exactly.
is when you go to Wizard 101. That's not a joke. That's true. Anyways, that's me in gaming. So, Nick, I have a question for you because you're a big FNAF guy. And I think this should be our final FNAF
Yes.
episode. We've talked about FNAF like 2 episodes straight. Because it's
Yeah.
so easy to question for me to be like, what is happening? You know? Anyways.
Have the FNAF podcast.
Do you
Continue.
if this becomes a FNAF podcast, I will leave. This will end if it's every episode. Welcome to FNAF podcast, episode 15,000. We still don't know what the timeline is, but Purple Guys is still here.
Bro, I swear, I can't promise that we won't talk about again, but I can promise podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
That will never be what I want to do.
So,
Continue.
I have a question. Do you like the direction FNAF is heading? So, like, think about FNAF 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and how they're like, you're sitting in an office and turning left and right. And I guess you could all say that about 6 and 6. And then there's Sister Location where you're kind of crawling around. That one's weird, but, you know. And now there's Security Breach, which is, like, completely broken off from the normal formula. Good or bad, it doesn't matter. I guess it does matter.
Like, yeah, it's very different.
So I was just curious of how you felt about that, which I think I already said, but whatever.
All right.
Go.
So,
Go. Co-host,
as a
go.
big
talk.
FNAF fan.
All right, you can talk now. Go, host.
Of course.
Oh, just
as
talk,
a
bro.
big fan.
Don't need to be shy or anything.
Of course not. You know, yeah. But as a big fan of the FNAF series and stuff, and like all the games and such, I'm not opposed to the direction it's going, but I want them to at some point go back to how like things were. Like it's fine if they have games that expand like this or that are a bit different, but I just hope they don't like move too far from like the cool style that it came from, because like I really enjoyed that kind of style, you know, like it sparked, I mean, like 10 years worth of fan games.
Yeah.
About that style of just like sitting in a chair, like dealing with all these things that are an onslaught of enemies coming at you, you know.
Well,
and it's a really fun way to play the game.
Onslaught.
And I really love Security Breach. It is one of my favorite games.
You say that.
I just hope that isn't the direction they're going to take every future game, because then it's going to be kind of weird, and I don't know how I feel about that.
So
because it's a bit distant.
So would you classify Security Breach as like a spin-off game?
I would call it a FNAF game like the others. It's very different in the direction they take it, but
I don't know what you said.
Stays. Huh?
Before you said stays, that your whole sentence before that. Just restart.
Like, I would still classify it as a 5 night, even though you don't even stay there for 5 nights.
Okay.
Because because it stays mostly within the canon, for as much canon as we can actually confirm.
As much canon as we know.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm like, it's weird though, like, because this game is so weird. It fits, but it doesn't. Like, because it is sort of like mainstream for the series, and it's supposed to be like the big front and center. This is going.
Yeah.
But it's not talking about a lot of the stuff that has happened in the past. Like, you don't see any of the original animatronics except for a version of Freddy, and you see a Bonnie plush once. Like, so it is really different.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I personally could still classify it as a Five Nights at Freddy's game, even if it isn't 5 nights.
Right. Well,
It is a weird one though. It's weird territory.
Well, I'm gonna learn here in a while if I like the first Five Nights at Freddy's game because I got gifted one by our episode topic
Nice.
today. Never mind.
So that game is kind of hard. Like harder than you would expect, honestly, because like
Thank you.
I don't know, it's you're like doing fine. You're like okay, got it, and stuff, and then like you hear a single sound, and it's like oh that was a weird sound, and then you check, it's like okay it was nothing, and then you die.
Let's go.
It's like oh well.
That's good. That's good.
So it is a bit difficult because you have to get really used to double checking everything.
Well,
So.
I do run a gaming podcast, so I know what I'm doing.
This is true. Also, remember, Freddy. He angers me. He'll stand at the door on the right side for like ever. So
Yeah, I know.
he just won't ever move.
Yeah, a few days ago, I watched a video on the AI behind the animatronics in the first game.
Mm.
So.
And don't open the doors too early because you won't be able to close them again, depending on who's there.
Yeah.
I've made that mistake one too many times because I got used to how FNAF VR worked, where you could open the door and then immediately close it again if you saw someone out there. But the original games do not work that way. But yes, I hope you enjoyed them, or enjoy the first one.
I may. I don't know. How about a screen?
It is easier than Pizzerias. It is easier than Pizzeria Simulator. That game is hard.
I never finished that. I got too scared.
Really?
Yeah. I think I had... I went through the first two nights, I think, without dying. Which is the first one because there wasn't anything there. And the second one because there was, like, one thing. But it was still, like... Yeah. Easy. I'm just
like,
kidding.
I've been getting all of the animatronics whenever... So... Because I feel like...
You need
There's
a challenge.
probably an ending that you get. No, not because I want the challenge. Because I want to see whatever ending it is that you get when you beat it with all of them. Because I may have watched all these theory videos and stuff, but I've never actually seen the ending myself. Just heard about it.
Don't they
So
burn the
I would
body
like to
down?
do that. I believe so, but I wasn't sure if that was caused from something else or not.
Well,
because I never actually watched anyone play through that one.
Oh, I may have. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah,
It's probably a while ago.
They probably do burn down the place because 6 was supposed to be the,
Well,
and then Ultimate Custom Night was supposed to be like Springtrap's like hell or something, where he's just stuck in hell. And then they came back.
Why does
Of course.
Ultimate Custom Night have to be like canon? That's so weird. Why can't it just be like a fun, challenging game? It's not. Never mind. Yeah.
Because nothing in this series can just be a fun game.
Yeah,
it has
I know,
to be
but
lore.
I'm just saying.
I kind of liked how they did the lore with that one because the lore comes more with dying than it does with actually winning, which is weird. Because
for me.
when you like everyone who kills you says something specific, like all of those like off-brand ones, like the hippo and like the flippin' I don't know what was he, an elephant, something, but there were all those like weird animatronics that were like, oh, these are super off-brand. They all say stuff under their breath, or it's like the one you should not have killed or whatever, and it's like, what are you talking about? And then like one of them says the name is Cassidy or something, and it's like, bro, what? What are you talking about? Like, it's I don't know. The way they did lore in that one was pretty interesting.
I thought Baby was cast. Nope, not gonna say it. Don't answer that. That was a moment. Don't answer that. We don't need to talk about this. I mean, we should cut it off now. Quarantine the area.
Yeah, you should change
no
the
more
topic
FNAF.
Change the topic before my FNAF side takes over.
Okay, we will talk about FNAF if something amazing happens. Or if the new game comes out and we have to talk about it. But for now,
Yes.
FNAF is dead. TGOM will never talk about FNAF again.
I promise I will try to keep.
If FNAF is the reason you're here, you should click off now.
Goodness. All right. What else have we been up to lately? Any new games besides that?
um,
Oh, have you started playing Fallout 3 yet?
no.
Bruh. I bought that like 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, I'm taking my time.
That's fair. That's fair. Did you ever finish Fallout 4?
Sorta. I mean, yeah, I beat it.
Did you finish all the DLC and stuff? I remember that's why you were trying to finish the DLC.
Look, I don't like being
Sorry.
called out on this show, on my show.
You don't like being called out?
I don't like getting called out on my own show, so I'm going to refrain from answering that question.
But it's content.
What have I been playing? I don't know. I really. What have I been playing? We haven't played Minecraft in 2 weeks. That's a not really a content question.
Like at least I haven't. At least I haven't played on the Frightcraft server. But like,
oh, I know what I've been playing.
It's been a minute. What have you been playing?
Okay, so you know about my Sims 4 family, right? With the four
Yes.
the
Yes.
4 members of Frightcraft, and then my wife, who I'm who divorced her husband.
Oh.
And then she married me, which is really funny. Anyways, so there's Sims 4. I've been playing that a lot because Lindsay wanted to watch me play it. And we also played.
Honestly, you should record me playing that.
Thank you, Nick. And we also played Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, which is super fun.
That game is very fun.
And Nick made a cameo while me and my sister were playing that because I saw he was online on Steam, and I was like, what does this button do? And I was like, invite to play, and I was like, all right. And I was like, all right,
very
we're
strange.
playing.
Yes. Also, I never did it, but there was a moment where
you said a moment, and you stopped.
Oh dang. There was a it had said I could take over the control. And I was like, what? So if I ever pressed that, I could have taken over apparently. And I'm like, huh. Like I never did it, but I thought about it.
I would have done that.
So I was like, what is this?
That's
like,
probably how the other person is supposed to play.
Yeah, it was probably like instead we just had it so that I was just on the phone essentially talking with you guys about it.
You were the cameo.
You know. Yes. I was doing the guide stuff. That guide is kind of hard though, not gonna lie. Like
I think it's purposely hard.
I don't know how you're supposed to get through the maze. Like I tried to because like I was trying to think through it like okay, I'm trying to understand. I didn't know how the maze works at all. Like literally at all.
So
like
you ask them where the 2 circles are, the 2 green circles. They tell you find that maze, and then you say, okay, where's the triangle and where's the dot? You want to lead the dot to the triangle, but you only know where the circles are. So then you guide them through the maze so that they can reach the triangle from there with their white square.
So the dots are only the circles are only there to give you a starting point so that you know which maze you're in.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, the circles don't do anything.
They have to tell you where. So they have to tell you where in the maze their triangle is, and then. So, are some of the mazes like flipped, like sideways or upside down or something? Because there are a few times where you guys were saying where the circles were, and I was like, that's not anywhere on this guide.
You may have also been looking at a different guide, but I don't know. Because you had to put in a verification code at the beginning for like
Oh.
your guide. So I don't know if yours was
Oh
different.
no, I just went to a website. I went to a website,
Oh,
and like it was like, here's the guide. It was a
okay.
PDF.
Well, yeah, that's what.
um,
Well, we had to put it
yeah.
in the game because the game was like, okay, give us the manual's verification code. Because the PDF had like a three
Oh, yeah.
letter or number digit, and you had to put that in number digit, whatever.
Gotcha. So there's different. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. I didn't know that. Like, I was just having a hard time with that maze because like these two circles are not in these thing. Because I would hear Lindsay say, column 3, row 6, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, there's nothing in that spot. So I was wondering if like I had to like look at it at a different angle or something. This
Yeah.
is a pain.
I don't know.
So yeah, if it was the wrong guide, that might have been what it was.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Um.
that game was great though.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and like the puzzles and like the units or not units, the
Modules.
modules. Thank you. The modules are really confusing until like do it once or twice, and then it kind of like snaps. And you're like, oh, that's how we're
Yeah,
supposed to do that. Yeah,
that really was how it was. Because the one with like the patterned buttons, I was like, oh, how is this supposed to work? Like I was so confused.
yeah,
Like at first like until I figured out they were in like a weird order, and I was like, oh, okay. Like I thought I was supposed to be finding a row that had like all of them aligned in a certain way or something. I don't know what I thought. It was really wrong though.
yeah,
And then when I realized how it was, like, oh, that makes much more sense.
yeah,
That game is stressful, but still fun.
yeah. It's really fun and stressful. So, do you have any games you want to talk about other than Security Breach?
Oh, I was playing this Five Nights at Freddy's fan game.
No! Alright, guys, this is this week's episode. This is the final episode of the TGOM podcast.
The very finale. But I honestly haven't been playing a lot lately. Because I really have just been binging the FNAF games and playing Pokemon. That's really been what my last 2-3 weeks have been. Like, although I have in Pokemon, I got Dialga because I'm epic and a cool gamer.
In a Pokeball?
Caught Dialga, yes, in a Pokeball. I caught him in a timer ball because I thought that would be ironic. The fact that the Pokemon of time got trapped in time.
Yes, yes, I get it. I get the joke, Nick. Thank you.
It's great. It's great. So let me further explain how my joke works.
Okay.
Anyway, so I caught him. I don't like how the EXP system works, like at all. Like I really hate it. You can't EV train in this game very well. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's both very useful but trash at the same time because it shares the XP with everybody, right? Which means it shares the EVs with everyone.
Yeah.
So I tried to EV train Dialga for max special attack, and I did. But you know who else also got max special attack?
Garchomp.
My Garchomp that lowers special attack to raise attack. So yeah, he got maxed out special attack, and I was livid.
Dude, just teach a Draco meter.
I had to go I swear. Like I really caught a new Gabite. Gabite, right? Gibble? No, Gibble. I caught a new Gibble just so that I could retrain them.
I mean, you
Because
can catch
no,
both.
we're not doing it.
So,
You can catch a Gabite? I didn't know that.
yeah.
I'm not that-
You could. You can in Platinum. It's like
Whoa, Platinum?
I'm thinking
I didn't know
about.
Platinum was out.
I'm thinking about the DS game. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying okay. I'm talking about the 3DS games, or not 3DS. Jesus, the Switch games.
Playing my
Because I'm
Switch game on my
playing Brilliant
DS.
Beautiful. But yeah, I really hate how they did the XP system because you can't turn it off. You can't switch it, and you could in previous games. So that's annoying. So if you want to EV train people, or like Pokemon people, if you want to EV train them, you have to like take everyone out of your party so that you can train that one person in the stat you need, unless you want everyone to get that single stat. So it was irritating me.
Well, I never EV train in Pokemon. Really? Well, I did once, and that's when I was just doing the battle tree in Ultra Sun, but that was like it.
Oh, mm-hmm. See, if I'm gonna beat the crap out of Cynthia, I need to EV train. I need to.
Man,
Besides, it's just something I've always done. Like, I don't know why. I've just always EV trained always. Except, well, after Gen 5. Gen 6 and up, I've EV trained in all of those games. Because those are the only games that actually show you your EVs.
Maybe that's why Pokemon's not difficult. Because you EV train. Like, do you EV train at the end game, or do you do it like during the game?
Oh, I do it as I go.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I won't do it with my starter, of course, because like that's literally insanity. You're really gonna get like kill 500 something Pokemon just so you can max out its EVs at the start of the game. You're insane. But once I've gotten to like the 6th or 7th gym leader or something like that, I'll be like, okay, now that I have pretty much the whole map unlocked, I'm gonna find a Pokemon I want and EV train it. Like, I essentially do it for the Pokemon that I'm like, ooh, I really like this Pokemon, EV train you now. Like, so there's like a lot of Pokemon I end up throwing. You weren't trained out of here.
Man. You're the worst. Anyways.
I'm the worst? I'm a great trainer. I don't know what you mean.
You're a horrible trainer. Well,
I'm the best trainer because I perfectly train them.
Okay, did you EV train your like Pokemon Ultra Moon team that you fought me with? When we battled that one time.
I did not. Not that
Okay.
one. Honestly, I had picked up random Pokemon that I had from.
The only reason you beat me is because you had a legendary Pokemon.
I beat you for other reasons, but
no,
that definitely
you had. That's all you had.
I didn't. Wait. I used other Pokemon in that fight.
Yeah, and then I got to the last one. I couldn't kill it because it was a legendary, and it just spammed Photon Geyser, and I couldn't do anything about it.
And then to rub salt in the eye when your Mewtwo had like 5 health left or something. God.
I hated that.
I love that game.
That made me so angry. I was like, I was so close, and he had a stupid Necrozma.
Necrozma. I love Necrozma.
I hate Necrozma.
My favorite. He's one of my favorite legendaries.
Why? Like it's a dumb bat creature.
Bat? What?
It's like a bat, isn't it?
Bat? No.
Then what is it, Nick? What is it?
You know, honestly, it looks like it's just a bunch of shape. Here, I'm gonna look up Necrozma right now.
Oh, Necrozma. I'm so dumb. I thought you were thinking about the other Lunala. I don't care.
Oh, Lunala is definitely like a bat.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be a bat.
Yeah, Necrozma is a geometric shape.
Yeah, like saying Necrozma's a bat. I'm like
yeah, I'm dumb. Big dumb. I'm just angry now.
Honestly, I think the when you fuse Lunala or I cannot say that lion's name. I think
Solgaleo.
Yeah.
Solgaleo.
Yeah. I think he looks cooler. He looks cooler with the lion.
The hand
lion
tails.
Is way cooler.
Or the hand things or whatever. Yeah, he does look sick. And
Epic.
Lunala gets like T-Rex arms that are way too big for its body.
Yeah, like Lunala is still cool, but like the arms
are
like there's just these arms hovering in front of him.
Yeah.
Weird. But man, honestly, I did like Sun. Those were fun games. Like I liked the Pokemon and certain aspects of it. Like I didn't like the whole trials thing. Or the you have to skip from one island to the next because like island 2 or 3, I can't remember which one, super boring and small. Um, but like I don't know. Generally, I'd say I like. You know, I just wish Team Skull was like more, or like actually an evil group, not just a bunch of people. Hey, I don't want to get a job. Okay, let's just steal a town.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Gen 7s.
man.
I like Gen 7 just because my first game. Well, not my
Sword
first
and
game.
Shield, right?
Technically, my second game was Ultra Sealed? Ultra Sun. No, I haven't. Sword and Shield is
Oh,
Gen 8, Nick.
Hey. Listen.
Nick, you just can't
I'm
count up from
forgetful
2,
sometimes.
okay? You just can't count up from 2. You're just like, Gen 2 is my favorite. Because it's the same as Gen 1 with the same team. And Team Rocket is dumb.
Not. You don't like Team Rocket?
No! They're cooler
Why
in
not?
they're cooler in Pokemon Adventures than they are in the game.
Yeah.
I
Well, I
mean,
mean, the games are supposed to be based on the manga. Kind of.
what? I mean,
They're based
yeah,
on each
but
other.
not really. The manga is way
I mean,
weird, way different than like the Elite Four wants
the
to
manga's
kill
way
you.
better.
That's pretty awesome. I'm gonna be honest.
Dude, I love the manga so much. It's so good.
It is
Like,
good. I read it. I have it. I have a lot of it.
yes, I know.
But no,
Like, oh,
what is your favorite bad
Hitmonlee is
team from
so
Pokemon?
weird. Oh, like the opponent shit.
Bad team, antagonist team,
Ah,
whatever. Yeah.
yeah. What were they all? The ones from what was Gen 5's all about?
Team
There's
Plasma. They were trying to
yes.
take over Unova with.
Here.
They're trying to get N to give them. They're trying to get N to become king so that they could take power. Because N was like, Pokemon shouldn't be with people. But then at the end of the game, he's like, Pokemon should be with people and should be with you. Goodbye, player character. And then the song plays and it says the end. And I cried. No joke.
Okay, yeah. I remember Plasma. Yeah. I really like Team Plasma because like their whole thing was liberating. We're gonna like take all the. That's why I was confused because for a second I thought that their goal wasn't to liberate Pokemon. Their goal was to kill all Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's their whole thing.
I
Pretty
forgot
crazy.
about that. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
Gen 5,
Team
I
Flare
think.
really is.
Yeah, I think Gen 5 is the best one. Especially
It
their
is one
team.
of the. Yeah. Like
Alarm,
Team
story
Plasma is really
wise.
cool. I like. Yeah.
We keep talking over each other.
And like. Oh, sorry.
No, it's
Continue.
both of our faults. I don't know what I was saying anyway.
But like I liked the whole idea of like because those games ask like more than any of the other games because it was like is it morally correct for people to train Pokemon? Is this something that is okay? Because like at several points in the game you'll see whatever and then like the wreck like oh my god this is crazy like we just destroyed this place and then like people will talk about like oh my god you really hurt my Pokemon what's that for and, like stuff like that and Team Plasma's whole thing is like hey we need to liberate the Pokemon trainers because trainers like abuse them and hurt them and you know all this stuff we think they should be like free
Right.
and the legendaries of the entire generation were also like, "Hey, we're the legendary Pokemon of truth versus justice. Wait, truth or oh crap, what were they?
Yeah, they're Justice, aren't they? The forward fighting types.
I think it was like it was truth versus ideals. That's what it was. Like, so, I think.
I don't know. We're just dissecting the story at this point.
Pretty much.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. I think my favorite. I really want to say it's Team Magma and Team Aqua, but they are not because they're really stupid. But it's I think it's
really
more
dumb.
nostalgia than anything that makes me want to say that.
Yeah.
I definitely think Team Plasma is the best because they're actually like bad guys.
Oh, yeah. Like Gen 5 is honestly like Gen 5 isn't my favorite of them, but I think it is like just like they're just inherently the best. Like
Yeah, same.
speaking of like how the combat was, the maps were good, the art style was great. It's the first gen that had solid animations for all the fun. Like Gen 5 holds up the best out of all.
And yet
Because
everyone hated it
Gen,
when it came out.
which is crazy to me. Like it is
Yeah.
literally the best. Like it's not my favorite, but like it's the best Pokemon has to offer because Gen 6 was just like more remakes and Gen 5 got bad. Like X and Y was just the Gen 5's team, but they wanted to kill them instead of save them. It's like why? What? Why? Like oh, because people like can use powerful do bad stuff. You want to kill all of them? Like, huh?
That sounds about right.
It was like, and it's like, oh my god, he doesn't want to kill the sad about it. Yeah, he's sad, but like he's still doing it. He's not a good guy because he's upset about it, because he's still actively pursuing it.
Are you talking about Lysander?
Freaking, yes.
Yeah.
Because man.
I will say.
You're saying?
The Gen 6 and like the XY anime and XY and Z I think is the best Pokemon anime I've ever watched. And I
haven't actually watched it.
Legitimately like I like the characters and like it takes this deep dive into Ash and like how cuz he like fails the last gym with his Pokemon. He gets like and it's even after they get Ash Greninja, which is like this. Everyone thinks it's stupid, and it is stupid logistically, but it's super cool. Uh, but like he still loses with Ash Greninja at the ice gym, like the final gym, and then Ash like runs into the woods and leaves his Greninja behind, basically. And like, and it's so sad, and like Ash is out there like, oh, boo, and then my favorite Pokegirl Serena, by the way, and that's why she's my favorite, goes out there and it's like, it's okay, whatever. And then he goes back and then they reenact when Froakie got in the Pokeball for the first time because Froakie like pressed the button on it. And so he did it again. And oh my god, I cried. It's so good.
Oh, that's so cute.
And that's so cute. And like at the end of the series, Serena leaves for like Hoenn, I think, to become a the contests. Yeah, Pokemon contests. Because that's yeah. And like on the escalator, while she's going down to her pokey flight, I guess. I don't know. She kisses Ash, but they like cut it off. They go to her feet, like because they were scared Cartoon Network would pull it, like for being too sexual, I guess. But it's highly thought that she kisses Ash and then goes away, and that's why people want her to come back. That's why I want her to come back. So it like adds this. Dude. It's so good. You have to watch. We should watch it. I have the DVDs. No one has a DVD player, but I do. It is so good. So,
you know what's funny? Like when the X and Y anime came out, I was like, dude.
That's all I heard. I just heard, dude.
When I saw the X and Y anime, oh, dude, I need to watch this. And I instantly was like, well, time to watch from episode 1 of the original anime all the way up until this point. And then I got to like episode like 400. I was like, dude, I can't do this.
Why? Why would you do that? I almost spit my water out. I was like, just is that there's like
I
why?
so much filler.
It's not like you needed to watch that much. Just
Like, I was in freshman year spending every day in class back. Like, I was like, I was watching the videos on double speed.
you
Like, I
were
was like, I
like,
gotta get through this. I need to know the lore.
people ask you to come over. Like, I can't. I got 5 episodes of Pokemon lined up tonight.
Pretty much.
I have to
Like,
keep on
I
pace.
was like, I need to know. I need to know the backstory. I need to know the lore of Pokemon. So I'm not confused later in the show. It's
Yeah.
like,
And you don't even
it's
need to
like,
know it, really. It's like you could watch
yeah.
every single series and not really need to know what happened in the series before. So,
Do you know the reason that the other reason why I thought that I absolutely needed was because I know that in what was it for the black and white was it black and white, the
I don't
black and white
know.
series, I'm pretty sure, it was supposed to be like a soft reset where it's like, oh yeah, Ash is going on his first adventure at the age of 10 or whatever, you know, they like reset the canon or whatever. But then he said, like, there was an episode I watched where he said, oh, I remember you, Brock, you travel with me all the time. And he says the same thing about Misty, who also shows up. Like, what? Who are these people? so, so then I was like, okay, time to watch the entire original show.
Jeez.
Like, I'm a maniac. Like,
Yeah, you
oh
are.
my god. Like, it's almost neurotic. It's insanity.
Well, it wasn't the
Oh my,
smartest thing I've ever heard. It's like I wanted to watch XY,
like,
so I restarted everything.
yeah. So I started watching from episode one. I've watched all the way up until Johto's over, and I haven't started Hoenn.
Oh my word, that's
Oh
so
my
funny.
god. God.
But
Like, uh,
I think a
but I
reason
need to
why
watch X and Y.
I like the anime a lot because yeah, it's not realistic for the the games the rules the game set. It's not realistic. So
Oh yeah. I
there's
mean,
this like where
yes, it says the wrong
Pikachu,
move.
yeah, where Pikachu uses Thunderbolt against a Rhydon. That wouldn't work. That's just one example of many. But
But Jacob, its big weakness is the horn on its
is the
nose.
horn
That's
on
its
its?
one
Yeah, I
weakness.
know, but still.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's a drill. What it could just whatever. Anyways, I think the battles, like especially in Journeys, which is like the new one that's on Netflix, is like
hmm
they're so fun to watch because it's like when you play Pokemon, you're like, okay, use Earthquake, and then it plays a little animation, and the thing dies or faints, and you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But then when you're watching it on the screen, even though it makes no sense conceptually, it's like use Hurricane, and it misses or it hits,
Summons a hurricane.
and Lucario doesn't
Oh
die.
yeah.
It's like okay.
Like,
um,
that is the cool thing about the anime is that, like, these moves are actually devastating. It's like, oh yeah,
yeah,
he is the hurricane. Run as fast as you can so you don't get hit.
it is so sick, dude, and it gives me goosebumps because I love Pokemon so much. I don't know if that happens for anyone else, but and it's there's so much tension, especially with the Ashgren. The final, okay, not to spoil, but the final battle in like XYZ, like in the Pokemon League, which by the way, the Pokemon
Uh-huh.
League in like the anime where it's like a tournament of people, I think that's a lot cooler. I mean, the
hmm
Elite Four is cool,
It makes way more sense.
but I think there should be an Elite Four that's like as a super challenge. Like that's the extra hard mode. But the Pokemon League is
I
like how you, I don't know, become one of the
so
best, I
I
guess.
I thought the Elite Four still existed in the anime, but they to whittle down the competition, they had everyone fight against each other best. I thought that's what it was.
That could be it. I don't know. I've watched very little anime, Pokemon anime, but XY is my favorite. Anyways, um, and I think a lot of people agree because it's just and there's lots of character in it, and that's anyways.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Nick, you made me forget. Oh, final battle. So the final battle in the Pokemon League is Ash versus this guy. On paper, the battle is heavily in Ash's favorite. He has Ash Greninja, and this guy has a Charizard, a Mega Charizard X. It's still water type
Oh,
against a fire type,
so
which should
it was Fire Dragon.
still, whatever. It should be a fairly clear W, you know. But the final hit is Ash Greninja uses this giant water shuriken over his head, and the Charizard uses Blast Burn, and I got goosebumps. Oh, they were like little volcanoes and mountains on my skin, dude. It's such a sick battle, cause you're like the Greninja should probably win, you know, but I'm so glad he hasn't won. You know, I'm so glad this is still going. Anyways, so that's
honestly, I think the perfect Pokemon anime would be if they did like followed along the, because that like they do really well like in the newer season out like animations and stuff, and a lot of the writing is really but it would be so cool if they like followed in the original, because like
wow, that is
stuff got crazy in that manga. Stuff got crazy.
Oh, okay.
Like, Pokemon die.
So you're saying that they should follow like red, green, and blue, and Amarillo on their adventure
for the actual like, manga.
Okay.
You know,
because you kept cutting out
as soon as
you said who was in it, you cut out, and then you kept going. So yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, like if they follow Red through his adventures in the manga, that would be insane, because like Pokemon actually die in that manga.
Yeah.
Like, as you know.
But
it's like, this is insanity.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And in that sentence alone, you should know why that's not what it is. Because
I know that Pokemon is supposed to be for kids.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree, that would be sick, because the manga is also sick.
I guess they can't show like a
Pokemon being slashed in half by a Charmeleon.
Yeah, I forgot that happens. I forgot that one specifically.
And a Poliwhirl getting stabbed in the stomach by a drill peck.
Yeah.
A Furo. And then it comes back because it was a facade, I guess, which was really weird, but it was sick. So. Alright, is there anything else you want to talk about, or should we wrap up?
I think that's time for wrap. I'm really happy with this episode.
Yeah, me too. We talked a lot about Pokemon. We probably should cut that off too.
Yes.
Well, yeah. We gotta find something good to talk about.
I mean, we haven't talked about Pokemon in a while, except for the one episode that we,
played. Well, I played and you sat behind me awkwardly. Yeah. Anyways.
Yes.
Thank you for watching the TGOM podcast. Watch us on Spotify, or listen to us on Spotify. And follow us everywhere that we mentioned earlier. So Facebook and Twitter. Thank you. Bye.